What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of URCC Daily Live. Okay, we're not on Combat Sports Weekly. However, we are live here on URCC's page. Make sure that you like and follow URCC Global page for a lot of the next events, MMA updates, fighter interviews. So you're also watching us on Coach Franco Rulloda here on Facebook as well. Make sure that you like and follow that page. So we are doing a series of interviews. You get to know the fighters a little bit better. Para we you have a better understanding of how they train, their mental and physical approach to training. And of course, this is brought to you by URCC. And then, syempre, if you have any questions, okay, if you have any questions, we are live on Facebook, so you can come check us out dun sa comment section. I'll do my best to read all of your, what do you call this? I'll do my best to read all of your comments. If you have any questions sa ating mga in-interview, I will do that as well. But again, this is going to be a series of interviews. So we're going to interview fighters, coaches, what do you call this? Some promoters, organizers, so that you have a better understanding of what's happening in the local combat sports landscape. So again, this is Coach Franco Rulloda. I'm also the host of Combat Sports Weekly with JC Reyes and Carl De Mesa. Welcome to the show. We will do more of this. This is the inaugural, kumbaga, this is the first of many series. So, of course, everybody, without further ado, I'm going to bring in our first guest. He's one of a very, I mean, he's a very staple in the Asian MMA scene, and he's going to headline the upcoming URCC fight card. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Will, the Kill, Chope. Hey, so where's Will? There you go. What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while. A lot of the things that's happening right now, okay? A lot of fighters come and go. Hey, this is something that I've always wanted to ask you, bro. Where do you attribute the longevity? The staying power of your career. So before you do that, let's give people like a small snippet of your career. Like what do you do? Like do you take time off? The
Yeah.
entire thing, and then afterwards, let's tell people the secret, like the small secret to your longevity in the MMA scene.
Well, man, I moved out to Asia in 2010, and I moved to Thailand, moved to Phuket, and I found out like I wanted to fight full time and make a living fighting. And when I came to Thailand, I saw the Thais were fighting like Muay Thai like almost weekly when in Phuket back in the day when I was first there. I saw Thais fighting sometimes 2 or 3 times a month, full Muay Thai rules. And in my opinion, I think Muay Thai is much harder on the body than MMA.
Mhm.
And sorry, background noise.
Go go.
But but uh, but I was like, okay, if I want to make a living out here and I don't have any other job, I'm not a rich guy. I was like, oh, I got to fight. I got to do it like the Thais do, live like a Thai, live cheap, and I chase the dream, so to speak.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, that's what I did initially. I think my first 3 fights out in Asia was I fought 3 times in like 10 days, and I've done that a
Wow.
couple of times in my career, like fighting multiple times, fighting Muay Thai, K1, MMA, fighting everything, and it's just yeah. It's no secret. I just fucking show up and fight. I think a lot of fighters have anxiety and feel like scared and nervous, and I get scared too, and I get anxiety fighting as well. But maybe I can just get over it better than a lot of other fighters, and I just know if I don't fight, I don't eat. I don't got extra cash unless I'm fighting. So
And then what are the other combat sports that you joined? And like so that everyone who's watching and listening right now, they only think that you're doing MMA or you're probably doing Muay Thai. So where else do you
oh
compete?
man, I just fought bare knuckle boxing in Dubai. I fought bare knuckle boxing for BKB, BKFC, and
Mhm.
also this new show BYB. Um, I fight K1. I fought K1 in China maybe 20, 30 different times. I
Yeah.
forget, lose count already. Fought Muay Thai, pro boxing. I have a pro boxing record as well. I even fought pro Sanda, which is like
Mhm.
kickboxing with takedowns in China
Yes.
once. Literally, I fought Lethway 3 times
Oh
with the
wow,
10
you did
belt.
Letway.
Yeah,
Nice.
I fought Lethway in Tokyo twice, and I fought it in Taiwan once when they did their first Lethway Taiwan show. Um, man, I do anything that pays, bro. If he
And then
pays, I'll show up and fight.
so with all of I mean, let's set aside, the fight the fight nights and all of the combat sport aspect. Like it seems like you're a well-traveled person. So
Yeah,
I mean, what are your insights? Getting the opportunity to travel to different places, meeting different people, interacting with these human beings. How was that experience?
man, I get guys all the time. Even Mariano even talks to me. He's like, "How do you get fights all the time, bro?"
Mm-hmm.
And I think the important thing is like not relying on your coach or managers to do it for you. Like I
Mm-hmm.
always do that shit on my own. I go out of my way to find out who the promoters are, who the matchmakers are of different shows in the region. I add them on Facebook, add them on social media. When I'm in that country, I do my best to meet them. I always try to make it very easy on promoters to want
Mm-hmm.
to have me fight. Like many times I'll fly to countries by myself, no cornerman. Bro, over half of my fights I've
Dude,
never had
that's
cornermen.
crazy. No
Yeah,
court.
but like a lot of times budget is a big deal for a lot of these shows. They're like, oh, we can't afford to bring you and a cornerman and this and that and hotels and flights and plane tickets are the big expense for shows. And I promote Thailand Fighting Championship, so I understand how to run a show and
Mm-hmm.
also what it means to be a fighter, a manager, and a promoter. So I'm very aware of this, and I make it very easy for promoters to have me to fight. Like make it to where they can't like. I'm like, man, I'll fly myself. Like I used to fly myself out to shows. As long as I make a little bit of money, I was like, I went out of my way to just stay busy all the time and make money fighting. So
So what is the timeline here? You fight every week? You fight every 2 weeks?
like
You know.
okay, before COVID, I was fighting like sometimes 2, 3 times a month. My busiest ever year was 2011. I had 22 fights in 2011. That was the most
Damn.
I ever fought in one year. But ideally, I'll try to fight every month. If I can fight every
Mhm.
month, or sometimes every month I can't get a fight. But if like
Mhm.
it'll be like I'll have a 2 month break, and then maybe one month I'm able to fight 3 times. So
Mhm.
maybe I didn't fight every month, but then one month I fought 3 times. But I still average about 12 fights a year.
Mhm.
Sometimes
That is
more, sometimes a little bit less.
that's super awesome, and that clearly shows the level. I mean, this is going to tap into a different aspect of a fighter's life. A lot of people, I mean, a lot of fighters are taking breaks. It seems like you don't have enough time to break. So how do you manage your body? How do you take care of your body in order for you to recover from a previous fight and be healthy enough to take on another fight?
I think a lot of guys, because they're not fighting super often, they only fight 3 times a year, 4 times a
Yep.
year. Like your typical fighter fights 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
And those guys, they go to war in the gym because they're not fighting all the time. They don't have that experience. So where do they get their fighting experience? They got to go to war and sparring. And
Mm-hmm.
I never go to war and sparring. Very, very rarely. Like, yeah, well, I'll do hard sparring here and there every once in a while. Or maybe some guy has a big ego and we might have one crazy round, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing 6 rounds, 10 rounds of crazy hardcore sparring. And I
Mm-hmm.
avoid a lot of injuries that way. And I see a lot of guys get injured in the gym. Most of the injuries happen in the gym. They don't happen in the fights. And
Mm-hmm.
I do my way, or I do my best to even if people want to call me a bitch, I'm like, hey, how are you gonna call me a bitch because I don't want to spar hard? It's like, yo, I got fights coming up all the time. I don't need to prove myself in the gym. I can prove myself in the competition. So and I think ego is a big thing. And I used to have ego when I was really like when I was younger. I used to have that gym ego, but I pushed that aside. The more fights I got, the more like the less I care about people's opinions.
Yeah, dude. More fights, more money. And I don't think people are gonna call you a bitch now. I mean,
No,
looking
they
at your
can't.
schedule, looking at
But
your schedule, the record, the longevity. I mean, when I saw you, we met when you started in the URCC, and how long has that been? And
it's
you're
been
still
12,
here,
12
and
years, man.
yeah, probably 12
Yeah.
plus years, and you're still dominating people.
Hmm.
So, like, before we go to the next question, I'd like to say hello to the marksmen over at YouTube, Janiel Mitra, and who's this guy? Alejandro. Hey, what's up, Alejandro? Over on Facebook, they're all rooting for you, Will. They're all
Nice.
saying hi. Hey, huge shout out. Huge shout out to Will the Kill from the people over on Facebook. So the URCC just had a what do you call this? They just had a recent card. Were you able to watch the Mariano Jones versus Arvin
Yeah,
Chan?
yeah. I mean,
Okay, your
because
thoughts on that fight because you were able
man,
to fight Arvin Chan previously, and your thoughts on that fight.
man, Mariano, he's like a huge mouth. He's like getting a lot of attention because he has a huge mouth, and he's that stereotypical arrogant American.
Mm-hmm.
And man, everybody wants to humble him, and like I feel, and so do I. You know, I want to be a part of that too. And even like I've been in Asia most of my entire adult life, really. And I want to like I feel like I want to defend Asian MMA, even though I'm American as well. But like my career is here in
I
Asia.
think you're more Asian, bro. You're more...
I've been here my entire adult life. You
yeah.
know, like since I was 18, I've been in Asia. So I don't know. I don't want to humble him. I feel like, it's really easy. Like he was 0-1 as an amateur on Tapology. His last fight in America, he lost. And then he comes over to the Philippines and he's this huge middleweight, cuts a lot of weight. And then he's like the big guy and he trains at the Catalan gym, which is known as a small man's gym. And he just has this massive ego. I'm like, dude, it's so easy to be the best guy in the gym when you're the biggest guy. Size does matter,
And true.
And man, I just definitely want to fight him and humble him. And it's very rare. There's a foreigner versus foreigner fight in the URCC, and I think it would be a really cool thing.
And a lot of people are really into that. All right, just so you know, right? Just so you know, and so for everyone, the URCC is getting a lot of messages or inquiring about is Will Chope versus Mariano Jones gonna happen. So if you guys want to see that fight happen, hey, you're watching us live, you're going to see the replay of this video. Make sure you put everything in the comment section. Just put in the comment section. We want to see that fight, Mariano Jones versus Will Chope. If that fight happens, or should that fight happen, where do you want to fight? Will 170 or 185?
I want to move up to 185. My last fight in Dubai was at light heavyweight. I was a little bit underweight. I weighed.
Wait. Light heavyweight 205.
Yeah. I fought at 93.
You went up 205. How was fighting at 205, man?
I was under. I was only 200 pounds. So I weighed at 90 kilos, and the guy I fought cut to 93. But I won. I TKO'd him in the second round, and I want to stay heavier. I'm done with cutting weight. You'll never.
See me, dude. I remember you
make featherweight or lightweight ever
again. You used to go 145. There was a time I was like, there was a card we worked together. You were 145, and I was like, how the hell does this guy cut 145? And you made weight. You made weight, bro.
I'm mad at my friends for like not telling me I look like a crackhead. Like everybody should have told me I look like a crackhead, and like not let me do that. I can't believe I did that to my body. And
shit! I don't know if you're seeing this, Will, but comment section is blowing up. Okay, people are saying Chope will kill MJ. Will the kill versus MJ? Let's go URCC, make it happen. So I think this is a good sign for the URCC to make this happen. 185. I think Mariano Jones is willing to fight you at 185 because that's also a weight that he's going to be comfortable in. Let's do a small detour going back to your light heavyweight. I didn't know about this. So how was fighting at that level we're in? I'm pretty sure you didn't have to cut weight. You probably needed to add weight.
It was crazy. It was fight. Like not even 5 or 6 days notice. I was in Malaysia, and then I saw a thing that, hey, they need a last minute replacement. Like right now, Hector Lombard. I was replacing Hector Lombard. Hector Lombard's gonna fight, or is not fighting now. His fight's canceled or whatever. So we need a replacement. And I messaged him, and they said, yeah. And they're like, oh, but it's 93 kilos. I'm like, oh, well, it just so happens I'm 90 kilos right now. I'm 200 pounds, so I was like, yo, I'll drink some water and weigh in, like I'll take it. And like I said, I fight for money and fight for a living. It was a fight in Dubai. The money was good, bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
And so I took it, and then it went okay, it went well. I mean, I won.
Yeah, you won. That is the best part. That is the best part. Okay, I'm sitting here, no need to cut weight. Hey, I could easily make weight, go in there, knock someone out, go home, get paid.
Oh, it's crazy. I messaged them at like midnight, and I was in Malaysia, and they bought my ticket for like 14 hours later. So I was like, oh, shit. And then I literally just took a quick little like 5-6 hour nap, and then I woke up, and then I had to go to the airport, and I was like, I was flying off to Dubai like instantly,
Going to the comment section, I want to see Will kill Mariano Jones on pay-per-view, on live. Okay. Tito Pocholo said, please beat Mariano and make him a round girl. Oh, no.
I was like, he can be famous.
Will Chope. Okay. From Ruel, Coach Ruel, Alain Lim, question. Will, how do you propose to handle a fighter like Mariano Jones, who is a very strong wrestler?
Man, my wrestling has improved by leaps and bounds. That's always was my biggest weakness. But during COVID, I left America. I got forced to go back to America during COVID, but then there was two countries that were open for tourism still. Korea was one of them, and so was Sri Lanka. And I ended up going to Korea, and I spent 3 months there, and I stayed in Jeju, and I got a coaching job in Jeju
Mm.
for during that time, and I was working with a bunch of Korean wrestlers and Road FC fighters, and I feel like my wrestling improved so much during that time, and I think for the longest time, because I'm long and lanky, I tried to be like a striker, and I live in Thailand and fight Muay Thai a lot. But most of my wins are by submission, and I like even my dad. He's like, Will, you're a fucking grappler. What are you doing trying to stand and bang with these guys? He's like, you're not an
Mhm.
explosive athlete. He's like, stick to your grappling. And I'm like,
Mhm.
like I hit that realization a couple years ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just, and even in the gyms now, I just, I grapple everybody.
Mhm.
I never used to go for takedowns before, and now I'm the one always going for takedowns. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
I mean, going back to that Arvin fight, that was a clean underhook from the underhook easily. Okay, standing guillotine, Arvin took you down, but you were able to wall walk, stand up easy, easy. I was
yeah,
like, wow, that's vast improvement on Will's side. And knowing, I mean, the way we know each other, I've always known you to be a very stand up fighter. You utilize a lot of your striking. Then all of a sudden, for you to get that, it simply means that you really put in the hours and you really
yeah,
dedicated yourself into improving your jiu-jitsu, and then now you're telling me that you're improving your wrestling, so that's something that people look forward to, and that's something that is on you, bro, because a lot of people, they stick to striking or they just stick to grappling. So where does this attitude, okay, or motivation or approach into training martial arts, wherein you are in this continuous path of improvement? Okay, so
yeah.
so how do you attribute that? Is that just discipline or is it just built into you?
No, I mean I love MMA still. I think people always ask me what's my favorite style of fighting. I think I like MMA and Lethwei because it's the most freestyle. I like
Mm-hmm.
the closest thing to like real street
Fight,
fighting is
yeah.
MMA, and so even when I'm getting ready for a kickboxing fight, I'm still rolling, I'm still wrestling, I'm always training MMA. It's my favorite to train, and I'm only 32. People forget. Even Mariana Jones is saying, "Oh, you're old, you're washed up, blah blah blah." I'm like, dude, I'm 32. What are you talking about? Like, I'm still,
And just like that, Mariana Jones just popped in the comment section.
yeah, of course
What's
he
up,
did.
MJ? All
Yeah,
right, MJ. Everybody wants to see this fight. So Mariana Jones versus Will Chope. Where do you want it? So Will is okay at 185. Are you good at 185, or you want to go down 170?
I
Hey,
think he
put
wants it
everything.
at
Okay, let
185.
me know in the comment section.
And Hoffman was the bantamweight, the middleweight champion, but he's
Yeah.
now on road to UFC. If he
Yep.
wins the road to UFC, he'll go to the UFC. But I love Hoffman. Hoffman's my boy.
And he's not
My
gonna fight
family,
185 anymore. He wants to stay at
yeah, he wants to
170.
stay at 170. And I was even saying if he something, I mean, God forbid if he loses the road to UFC fight, if he comes back to URC, I will vacate my welterweight title to move up to middleweight. Only if he
Mm-hmm.
vacates his middleweight, because me and him are boys. My
Yeah.
family love him. We both fought in San Francisco together. My family, like my aunt, is such a huge fan of Hoffman. It's ridiculous. But yeah,
And
like
that's just the martial artist side of you. See, for you to openly say this, that even if you're the welterweight champion or but you will willingly vacate that, and that's not very easy for other people. That's not easy for other fighters, but for you, you can easily make that decision for the simple reason that you value relationships, you value people, and you value the people that you are growing up with in the community.
yeah,
So that is a very good trait. That's very rare, right? It's very
because
very rare.
most guys, like even me and Arvin knew each other. We're like kind of like acquaintances. I want to say we're
Mm-hmm.
like close friends, but we're like friendly enough. We drank together before and
Mm-hmm.
partied together. Even Brian Paul, like
Yeah.
we're cool. But but Hoffman is more, I would say, more of a closer friend. Like I said, my
Mm-hmm.
family met him. They all love him. So I'm not like I don't want to fight him. We don't want to fight each other at least. And
And
there's
to
few guys
to
that will say that. Most guys
yeah,
that
to
want to make money.
reciprocate that story, even Hoffman said, I love that guy too much. Even I will do the same thing. With especially when you were basically bunkmates at in San Francisco,
Yeah,
and you all shared that, and you helped him cut weight. You got him through that phase. So even Hoffman said, okay, I'm not gonna fight that guy.
yeah.
we're
Like I'll,
we're
I'll happily vacate, and I want to move up weight classes anyways. I feel like if I
Mhm.
move up to 185 and win that belt, it's like, yeah, that's my fourth title at my fourth different weight
Oh
class.
yeah. Oh yeah,
URCC,
that's
you
gonna
know
be
what
your
I'm
fourth title. That's true. That's
saying?
true. That's true. Good
Yeah.
trivia. Good trivia. Okay. Looking
Yeah.
at the comment section. Yeah, okay. Coach Tex Gonzaga. Okay, URCC Cutman watching and listening. Okay. Everyone wants to see the Mariano Jones versus Will Kill fight. You have
Yeah,
a
I'll
lot of
kill him, man.
Filipino fight fans. Okay. Just so you
Yeah.
know. Hey, you have a lot of Filipino fight fans. So where do you like and people and Filipinos appreciate good fighters. So how do you balance out this ability to like have a mental approach of trying to win this fight, but at the same time you want to be entertaining as well? Where do you strike that balance?
Like, yeah, it sucks because sometimes I do get quick takedowns or I do get the back very fast. I'm very good at taking people's backs.
Mm.
And even when I rear naked choke guy and I finish somebody, I feel like sometimes they're boring fights to watch. But I want to be entertaining. I don't always mean that. I always try to tie clinch, be aggressive. Um, I do my best, but I'm also trying not to get hurt, you know? So guys, forgive me if I choke them out very fast and it's a little bit boring, you know? But I
Yeah.
promise for a finish, you know? So.
Yeah. Oh, at the end of the day, a finish is a finish.
Yeah.
Okay, Mariana said, I like you, but that's my belt, Will. Okay, he's coming after your belt.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
This guy talk like I said, man. He's 2-0, and he's nobody, bro. He hasn't ever accomplished anything, but he's the biggest loudmouth in the URCC right now, and he's gotten a lot of attention, a lot of media attention for his other stuff. So, man, I'm coming in, and actually at 185, he's the only fight that makes sense, anyways.
Yep,
So
exactly.
I feel like if they do say Hoffman's title's vacated and I vacate my welterweight title, like, yeah, I hope I can fight fight MJ for the middleweight title. I think that would be dope, and it would be a huge show and big. It would be a big spectacle for the URCC. Obviously,
And
I gotta smash Brian first, and we'll talk
yeah, you
about
have to
that
smash
story too. You
Brian
know?
first.
Yeah.
So, because in the previous episode of Combat Sports Weekly, a lot of people are putting MJ, Mariano Jones, and John Adajar on the same mix. And then John Adajar went on to the show and said he's also willing to go up 185. So that's going to make that division very, very interesting.
Man, but
Okay.
I heard Adahar was asking for like way too much money. To be honest, I look at Adahar like I look at Streigl, like little pretty boys that aren't real fighters and they just fight for the extra fame
Mm-hmm.
to add to their fame and their modeling careers and all that. They're not real fight. Like the fighting, it's a weird, and I know it sounds funny, but like when a model fights, they can use that to promote themselves and their other like
There are other
celebrity life, you
projects,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like he's not fighting because he loves fighting. Same as Streigl. Those guys don't fight because they love fighting. They fight because they think it'll make them famous. And
Mm-hmm.
like he asked for way too much money to fight me last time because I wasn't supposed to fight Brian. I was supposed to fight Adahar, and we're
Yeah.
supposed to unify the titles and all that stuff. But he didn't want to fight, and he asked for some ridiculous amount of money that didn't make sense. And like that's like a gay way of like turning down a fight. He instead of saying that he didn't turn down the fight versus me, he's like, oh no, the URC can't pay what I want, so the fight can't happen. But actually, it's just his like little gay way of turning down the fight. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, man, Striegel's done the same thing. I heard he asked for like a ridiculous amount of money to fight Rolando D,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's
that's
why it
I've
didn't
heard
happen
that
because
as well. Heard
he
that
asked
too.
for like millions of pesos, and the URC's like, why am I going to pay you more than the UFC even paid you to fight?
Yeah.
Like it's like what? But then it's like, oh, I didn't turn down the fight. It's like a,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
They
saying,
price
bro?
themselves out. They price themselves
Yeah,
out. And then now you got Brian Paule. I think I saw Brian. Yeah, Brian's on the comment section as well.
wow.
Okay, so a little backstory to this, because now just like before we were hanging out before coming on air, and I was like, well, I wanted to confirm like this guy beat you, because I was like, as far as I know, this guy cleaned out everybody when he was here in the Philippines. But
Yeah,
apparently, there's that one guy. There's
yeah,
this one guy that so I was like, what the fuck happened there? Okay, tell me the story. Okay. So I was
yeah.
like,
So
okay,
I
tell
was
me the
living in
story.
I was living in Singapore at the time. I got offered to fight in Depolog in like a new show UFM or something like that, and It was like an amateur event because it wasn't sanctioned by Gab. They're like, you'll fight under pro rules, but it'll be exhibition versus Brian Paule. And I was like, oh, cool. It was at 185. And this was back in the day when I was like a lightweight. So it's
Yeah.
2017. I was
Oh,
very
this is your
skinny.
155 days.
Yeah. And if you
Yeah, yeah.
watch the fight, I had a knee injury. My knee was super wrapped up. I'm a right-handed orthodox fighter. And even in that fight, I started out in southpaw, which I don't. And you can look at my knee in that video; it was all wrapped up.
Mhm.
But I was like ridiculous. I was like, regardless if I'm injured or not, I was like, dude, I'm gonna smash Brian. I was like, he has no ground game. But first 10 seconds of the fight, I came out a little slow and starting off slow, and he caught me with the right hand,
Mhm.
and it was just like, man, I slipped on a banana peel and got caught in the first 10 seconds and got TKO'd. I thought the referee stopped it a little bit fast, but nothing I could do because when you watch the video, like it was a fair cop, it was a fair call, and I didn't protest it. I knew I was dazed. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
but man, it's just totally different now. Like I'm much bigger now. We're fighting at 170. I'm a completely different fighter. I'm not injured. I'm in great shape. I'm my body's fully like 100% fine. Like, and he hasn't improved at all. He's the same guy. He hasn't competed in years, and
Mhm.
I feel like I'm just gonna smash right through him. I'm gonna take him down, and I'm gonna submit him. I'm gonna beat him up first to punish him for beating me because I've won like I think I've 15 fights in the Philippines. I've won them all, and my only loss is this
It's
stupid
this
exhibition.
guy. Yeah, so I was
This
like,
guy, you know?
I was super surprised. Not putting Brian down. This guy's tall. This guy
He's
has
big, bro.
knockout
He's big.
power. I saw him in 3 versus 3, and I go like, where did you get this guy? Where did you get this
Yeah.
guy's good? Then apparently you two have history. Okay, so in a way, so is it safe to say this is some sort of a like late payback? Right, this is your
Yeah.
late clapback for Brian.
You know what's funny? Like after the DePaul fight, I went back to Manila. Me and him went to Manila. We partied together.
Mm-hmm.
This guy drinks Red Horse like water. Dude is a
Yeah.
champ. Drinking, but because he works security, he's like a bouncer for some of the big clubs in Makati and stuff. So he's a super cool dude. And then in 2018, I was coaching Makati at a gym called Muma Makati.
Muma Makati, yeah.
Yeah, I was coaching there for about 3 months. We trained together, and we were friends. We were cool. But it was funny, even when we were training together, man, I could submit him left and right like so easily. And I was like, man, I can't believe I lost to this guy, you know? And, drove me nuts. And I'm just, but I thought like, oh, we're friends. We'll probably never get the chance to fight each other because his record is not good. His actual pro record, I think he's 0-1. He lost to Richard Redmond. He's done
Mhm.
some 3 versus 3 fights. He's done a million street fights. He's had all this other crazy shit. But like I figured, because of record, we're probably never going to get the chance to fight each other. And I'm so happy the URC is giving me the chance to avenge this exhibition
That
match. You
loss.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, looking at comment sections, still blowing, bro. So everyone's rooting for you, Will. Okay. Okay, Mariano Jones, facts. That's why me and Chope will fight for the 185 belt because we ain't no bitches. All
Actually,
right, what?
he's a cool dude. He was like, when I was young and I was first in the Philippines, I remember back in 2011, 2012, I talked a lot of shit too. That's how I got the fight with Angelito Manguray.
Yeah,
I was talking
Manguray,
shit,
yeah.
and I was trying to fight like Ricardo Sapno back in the day and all these guys. And
Oh, classic. The
yeah,
Sapno fight, yeah.
I was making a lot of noise. And as a foreigner, sometimes that's how we feel we have to get noticed, especially
And
when
get
we don't have big
attention.
records.
That's why when
And
people ask me, I was like, you know what? Mariano Jones is doing things right. He's doing it
yeah,
right. But at the same time, he's winning. All right, that's, if you guys are busting his balls over it, he's winning. Okay.
yeah,
So if you want to shut him up, you have to beat him. But everything else, he's doing it right. All
yeah.
right, so we don't make excuses. We just show up and fight. So that's from Mariano Jones. Mariano Jones agrees. Streigl is a bitch.
Yo, such a bitch, yo.
No love lost there. Okay, so
None
for
at all, bro.
everyone, Will
None
can
at all.
definitely say that because they've trained together and they were former teammates. So he can say whatever the fuck he wants
Yeah.
about Streigl.
Man, I even offered to go back down to lightweight to fight Streigl, but he was a
Oh,
little bitch. He
what?
actually he privately messaged me and then was like, I can't believe you want to fight. I'm like, dude, you talk so much shit about me. And like we had such a bad breakup and then
Where did this happen? Where did the talking shit start?
bro, it was all like this was years ago. Like I'm talking like 2015. we
Yeah, this
stopped
was
like
Team
being
Buffet
friends.
years.
Yeah, it was back in the day, and but we haven't been friends for like 8 years. But like when I first started in the Philippines, we were like, I did consider that guy my brother at one time, but never again. That's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I won't get too much into it. But yeah, I offered to go down to lightweight if he would move up to lightweight because he fought at lightweight before a few times, and
So that's
nah,
155.
he wasn't gonna. He didn't want to go up. He'll go up for the right fights, or he'll
Mm-hmm.
fight
Mm-hmm.
bantamweights that have to go up to featherweight, but he won't go up to lightweight. And he always used to beat me up in the gym. He used to submit me, take me
Mm-hmm.
down way back in the day, and he still thinks he can beat me. But I'm like, dude, all right, come up, let's fight. But whatever. Anyways, that fight's never gonna happen, and I'm never making lightweight again. So take another fucking guy. I'll take Jones instead.
Okay, Saint Ice over on YouTube. I think Will was able to answer this a while ago. So if he beats Paolo, what's next? He said he wants another belt, so he wants to be a four-weight division champion. So he
Yeah.
answered that one. Ooh. Okay. No, this one, yeah. MJ also asked for Baduria, so let's see if that fight happens. But for me, I'd rather see a Mariano Jones versus Will Chope fight.
I don't think I think Baduri is like for like those fan favorite fights, like fun fights. I don't think that's a fun fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he's such a legend too. It's like what if they give him Baduri because they really knows Baduri has no ground game
Mm-hmm.
and Mariano's not even going to stand with him. So it's like that's a stupid fight.
Okay. Hey, guess what, Jade? Hey, Jade's watching, sending hearts. Hey, of course, Fight Core MMA over there in
Yeah,
Baguio.
yeah. For a lot of you guys that don't know, the Filipino fans, I used to live in Baguio. I lived there for almost a year. Anytime I go back to the Philippines, I go up to Baguio. I train with Fight Core. That's like my home. Like my home, my second home has always been Baguio. And,
Mm-hmm.
I love that place. And my family, Ate, my kuya up there, Nico and JD, they're the best. And they've always looked out for me, and they'll always be family to me.
And they're building a really good team. They're
Yeah.
starting small. A lot of their fighters won all of their amateur fights, and then Dave Bangigi just won in
Yeah.
Lumpini.
Dave's
So
the man. I've known Dave since 2012, and
yeah,
he's been such
dude.
a savage, bro. I love Dave. Such a great guy.
So that's good. Okay, well, let's see what else. Asking who's going between blah, blah, blah. Okay, everyone's saying good luck for the main event fight. Everyone's looking forward to seeing you fight main event. You're totally main event material. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Bro,
we'll
four
choke.
main events in a row, bro. It's like this Sunday I fight in Asahikawa, Japan for Style FC2, and then URCC, and then in Cairo for this
Oh
other show
wow.
called Kadia. Yeah, it's a bunch of shit going on, bro.
So
Busy times.
so do you still dedicate time? So do you fly in, fight, fly out, or do you stay 1 or 2 days to check out the sites?
Usually, like in Japan, I'm staying like 2 days because I've never been to Hokkaido, so I'm staying 2 extra days, and then I'll go come right back and I'm back to training right away.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm, like a lot of people don't know, I promote Thailand Fighting Championship. I got a show at May 27th in
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia. I'm doing like a road to TFC, and so I got a lot of crap going on right now. But I'm still able to train. And anytime I'm in Malaysia, I'm always coaching as well. And while I coach, I'm always training with my classes as well. So no time to slack off. Yeah, unfortunately.
Nico said, "Hey Will, you look old." Nico, Nico Tabora.
Man, that's what I got 4 kids, bro. It's like kids that are aging me, dog.
Of course, Nico Tabora of Fight Core MMA over there in Baguio. Go check them out. Train in their facility. Okay, really good crowd, good coaches. That's
Yeah,
where I train as well when I'm in Baguio. So they're all family there. Whenever I go visit Baguio, I always stop by the gym. I always
yeah.
train there. Pretty good crowd. The gym has a really really good vibe. So Fight Core MMA doing really really well. Okay, question from Mariano Jones. Do you think Paule would be easier to take down and choke out that compared to Arvin Chan?
Yeah, it should be. Like he has. I remember when I trained with him in 2018. He didn't have any. He's like a white belt on the ground. He's strong and he's big. He's a lot bigger now because I think during COVID, I think he put on weight. I heard he was like
Mhm.
over 100 kilos, so he has to go through hell to make weight for June 2nd. But regardless if he makes weight or doesn't, I'm still fighting him. I want that revenge. So, but maybe his size will make it a little hard to take him down. Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but if I get him to the ground, it's a wrap. You know, he has no ground game.
Oh, Brian just said, hey, Brian Paule just said that was 2018. It's totally different now. Ah.
Yeah, I mean, he says that, but he's still a white belt. And I know during COVID he wasn't training, so he's big, so he can say what he wants. But I know there's 3 years he was not training, so you know.
And speaking of COVID, everyone, like, as the world shut down, how did you cope or how did you adjust? I mean, you said you traveled to different places so that you could train. So
Yes.
what happened? What happened? Tell us the
Oh
story.
man, it sucked. I got stuck in Singapore when COVID initially started, and I was like, "Oh shit!" They closed down the whole world, and my kids are in Thailand. I couldn't go back
Mhm.
to Thailand, and I had no choice. I had to go back to America. Luckily, the like BKFC was doing shows, and I got 2 fights in BKFC in America, and then I was like, "Oh, Korea's open, and Korea's still doing shows, and Korea was still like they're very strict. They were very strict with COVID, but they were
Mhm.
still open under
Yeah.
their very strict policies. So I was able to go to Korea and I had a fight for Zeus FC. So I was able to stay semi busy. And then when Thailand opened up, I went to Thailand and there's a couple shows in Thailand. I fought for Thai Fight, I fought for Fight Circus, and I just went where I saw there was like little gaps. If there's a way I can travel and there's a way I can go
Mhm.
around the rules. And I feel bad for Filipinos because like the passport, like American passports, there's many places we get the stamp. And I know
Yeah.
Filipinos can't always get easy visa stamps and it's hard for travel. So I am grateful for my American passport, but so like yeah, it would is a lot easier for me in that regard because of my passport than maybe people from Southeast
Mhm.
Asia to do that. So yeah.
Oh, Hoffman's on the stream. What's up, Hoff? Hoff, you
Yo.
better road to UFC, okay?
Yeah, Rodeo FC, he's gonna kill it, man. Man, he beat that really tough Korean in that last fight. That was a really tough,
Yeah.
good
That
Korean.
happened in Dipolog, man. That happened in the Pitan. So
Yeah,
so
DePaul. Yeah, I was like, oh, I have
Dipolog,
history in
yeah.
that city.
That's why. So when you mentioned Dipolog, I was like, we were there a few months
Yeah.
ago. Huh?
Yeah, I fought twice in DePaul. Like, I fought MMA once and I fought pro boxing once as well.
Oh wow, pro
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah.
Okay, this is funny. Hoff said, "Guy has more fights in a year than me having vacation leaves at work." All
Yes.
right. Looking at the comment section. Okay, this is a good question from Zeperel Datu. Who do you follow up? A good question is, who is a good Filipino prospect for you? And I mean, who do you think is a good prospect right now who's very competitive locally and who can probably perform overseas?
Who's that guy? Elos, right? Isn't that
Eros.
the
Yeah,
yeah,
Eros.
Eros? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's a beast. Well, he's 2-0 right now. He fought
Yeah,
on the same
2-0.
show as me when I won the title, and he's
Mhm.
jujitsu like
Oh no! Oh, signal problems with what do you call it? Signal problems with Will. Let's see if he can reconnect. Okay, so there you go. We got him back. Wait, wait. I need your audio. I can't hear you. Check your mic. Let's see. There you go. Let me see. No microphone. No audio. Okay. Oh no. This is probably the same problem that Ernest had a while ago. So while Will is fixing his audio, his microphone, hey, you are watching us live on URCC Facebook page and also on Coach Franco Rulloda Facebook page. Everybody, this is going to be one of many interview series that we'll do with fighters, coaches, different organizations and gyms. Combat Sports Weekly is still happening every Monday evening. Okay, so yung magchichismisan tayo doon. Okay, wag kayong mag-alala. Will, are you back?
yeah. Sorry, bro.
Okay,
I got
there you go.
I got a random
Love it.
call and it cut out my stuff. My bad. But my bad.
Eros is good. That Eros Baluyot versus F Sevilla. EF Sevilla and Eros Baluyot, brought everything. That was a really, really good fight.
And it's crazy because he's fighting like very experienced guys, and he's winning. He won both his fights. One other guy, he's older now, and I fought him once before. Rex Delara. Rex Delara
Rex.
has beat UFC veterans. He's beat Team Lakai guys, he's a beast too. But and what's crazy is he's aging like wine. Even though he's quite old now, he's still very competitive and still winning his fights. I love Rex. I love watching Rex fight. But yeah, Elos, yeah, that he has a future for sure.
Yeah, that is so true. And he's just this is just like his second fight.
Yeah, it's two
Yeah,
fights in.
I'm trying to recall any other amateur boxing or kickboxing or Muay Thai event where I saw Eros, but as far as I know, this is like the yeah, probably the second time that he fought with Strike King. Okay, because for the most part he's been a jiu-jitsu world champion, and then he's helped a lot of his teammates prepare for MMA, and now he's taking center stage. I think he's doing the best that he can with the time that he's got. The same with Rex De Lara. I really believe that Rex De Lara needs a really good camp in order to improve his skill set so that it takes him to the next level. And then
Yeah.
and being part of Philippines MMA history, I mean, how do you see the progress or the growth of the MMA community as a whole? I mean, through the years.
One of the I'll start negative. Like one of the biggest problems I still see is like this is gonna sound bad, but this is coming from a
Yeah,
foreigner.
go for it, bro.
I feel like the classes like BJJ is considered more of a high class sport. It's kind of expensive to do, expensive to get good at because you need to buy your gis. You have to travel to do tournaments. You have to pay for tournaments, and then like you got the strikers who are like the poor class people that do, and you got really great strikers and you got really good jiu-jitsu guys, but I still don't see a lot of it getting mixed still. I mean, you
Mhm.
do have your rare occasion, but still most of the Filipino MMA fighters are guys looking to earn money, and they're just usually pure strikers. And the wrestling's still not there, and the jiu-jitsu isn't there. Of course, you got a few exceptions, but I would like to see like more of it getting mixed in, and like these guys getting like I don't want to see like the difference in the like cost. Even in Thailand, I see like it's like rich people train MMA and jiu-jitsu, but the poor train Muay Thai. You know, the
Mhm.
poor Thai and you still kind of see that in the Philippines a little bit, and I think that's a big hurdle that still needs to be overcome
Mhm.
on a on a
Mhm.
on a more wider scale.
That is so true. That I agree. I also added this insight before where a lot of fighters in the Philippines, especially in MMA, they lack discipline. It's just pure and simple. They just lack discipline.
Yeah, bro, I see so many guys that like I'll use MJ as a perfect example. They win
Mhm.
one or two fights, become loudmouths, become super cocky, super egotistical. They stop training. They think they're the kings of their little gyms. And not saying he stopped training, but there's a lot of other guys that do that as well. And it's quite
Yep.
common to see guys win a couple fights. And it's like, yo, is that all you wanted to? Sorry, is that all you wanted to accomplish? Just wanted to win a couple fights and get bragging rights, try to pick up girls or whatever it is you're trying to do. What's your real goal? Like my goal is to be a professional fighter, make a living fighting, and have a long career.
Mhm.
Make it to a big organization. What are these guys' goals? And a lot of guys just think they win a couple fights and things are just gonna happen. Like they don't have to work anymore for it. And it's
Mhm.
weird to see, you know.
Okay, this is a good question from Sid Molinera. I'm just gonna paraphrase it. Um, really good fight scenes across Asia.
Korea is probably one
Oh
of the
wow,
best.
really?
In my opinion, I think Koreans are probably the best in Asia. I think Japanese are quite good as well, but they're technical. But a lot of the Japanese fighters are super disciplined in one discipline. Might be Japanese jiu-jitsu or judo or karate or striking, but there's even like very good wrestlers, but they're usually like super hyper specific in one field. And I feel like this new modern day fighter, you have to be good at everything. You have to be good at
Mhm.
both stances. And I think Korean fighters are some of the best in Asia. Mongolia is another country that's
Oh
kind of
yeah,
coming up. That's coming up a lot, and they're
Central
getting
Asia.
opportunities.
Yeah, Central
Yeah.
Asia region, really good.
Philippines has always been a top contender, though. They're definitely in Southeast Asia. Philippines is still the best, in my opinion, um, for Southeast Asian fighters in MMA.
Mhm. And then you did bare knuckle boxing, so you did BKFC. How was that experience? How is it different from fighting regular boxing, doing MMA? Any specific or any difference with the BKFC rule set
Yeah,
with
it's. I
other
mean, it's
bare
like
knuckle
totally
boxing
different
rules?
because like when you have your guard up like this, there's so many holes. But when you
Mm-hmm.
have a big boxing glove, like there's less holes. It's like when you're striking, so much easier to hit the guy. Also, like when I fight Lethway, you're allowed to wrap your hands with gauze and
Yeah,
tape,
yeah,
and so I don't feel like I'm gonna break my hand. But when I fight bare knuckle boxing, your knuckles have to be exposed, and
yeah,
it's super easy to get cut. One jab can end a fight, and it it sounds stupid. Like it really hurts. Like you like your nerves feel it so much more, and like it's painful. And like I like Lethway, I like MMA. I would rather do bare knuckle MMA because I have so many options. But bare knuckle boxing, I'm not like a great boxer. I fight boxing, but I'm not the best boxer, and I feel so limited doing it. And like I'll do it, but to make money. But it's like, bro, it hurts, bro.
yeah.
And
And
I'm
of
so
course,
scared.
Letway. You
Yeah.
did Letway. How was the experience of doing Letway? So there's a difference between you're able to wrap your hands with gauze, but the headbutts. You
Oh,
know,
and it's what's funny is I like clinching Lethway because you can. There's so many. You're so. I would say Lethway is like Valley Tudo striking. You can do anything on the feet. I can do any throw, any takedown, any trip. In Muay Thai, there's a lot of fouls. If I put my foot
yeah,
behind your foot, if you grab your body, if I body lock you in Muay Thai, there's all these dumb fouls in Muay Thai. But in Lethway, anything goes. You can even punch the back of the head in Lethway.
oh
Um,
wow,
yeah, dude, it's wild and headbutting and stuff. But because I'm such a good Thai clinching, I like clinching and I like the MMA style clinching too. I can throw the guy, trip the guy. Yeah, use my headbutts. I had to adapt my Thai clinch a little bit to be aware of the headbutts, but I like it. And if my hand does start hurting, I know I can kick them or elbow or do something else. But in bare knuckle boxing, every single bare knuckle boxing fight I've had, I felt like I was going to break my hand, and my bones and my hands were super sore after the fight.
hmm.
And yeah, it's just something I don't see a very like. There's not longevity in bare knuckle boxing, in my
So do
opinion.
we see like your bare knuckle boxing option is like way down the totem pole now? It's
I'll
like,
still do it because as of right now, they still pay quite high,
oh
but
yeah,
but
I heard.
yeah, like the Dubai, I made good money in Moscow. I fought Moscow last year. Bare knuckle box made $10,000 more than I made in the UFC. And
Hmm.
but bro, if I get out of the option, if I like, I'll rather fight MMA for a little bit less money than fight bare knuckle boxing. But if I can't have any other fight, or like especially during COVID, there was no other fight opportunities
Yeah.
besides BKFC. So I just, I don't want to go broke. So I'd rather take the fight and not be broke. Even if I don't like it, I'll still do it.
And
Still
then
get paid.
being Mr. Worldwide of combat sports, what do you
Uh,
think? Where do you place Filipino fighters in Letway? Like, how will Filipinos do well in Letway?
oh, I think so. WOC is not really going on anymore. I think they would do well. They adapt so well. Like, look at all the guys who just gold medal in the Sea Games in
Yeah,
Boca Tour, and their sport, and now
Convocator,
the
yeah,
light,
dude.
yeah, their lightweight classes. We got like four. Philippines got four gold medals. Fuck, Philippines is uh, the only like other non-Asian or non-Chinese to go to China and beat the Chinese at Sanda and Wushu. Like,
Oh wow,
they're
nice,
so like
nice.
Philippines always excel at combat sports, and if they get the opportunity and they do it, are able to practice, I think they'll do well. It's just we haven't seen them fight Lethway yet, but if they get the chance, Filipinos are game. They'll handle it and they'll adapt just like they do to all the other combat sports.
Okay, we will wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your comments. Will, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. Final message to your Filipino fight fans. You got a lot of them here. Please invite them to your fight this
Yeah,
coming June.
June 2nd, DD Nightclub. Please come out. Please support. It's going to be a great show. Brian's a big guy. Everybody's used to me fighting guys way smaller. He's like literally just as tall as me. So it's going to be a great fight. I want to get revenge. He wants to try to knock me out again. So, and winner, either one of us will be trying to call out Mary Jonna Jones after the fight. So,
Oh
expect that.
yeah.
Expect some more in the cage afterwards. After I beat Brian, expect some more in the cage with me and MJ.
Okay, where can people find you, bro? Social media. Where can people find
Asia
you and
Will the
follow
Kill on
you?
Instagram. Hit me up. Follow me on Instagram. Will the Kill Chope, and yeah, you'll find me, guys. Cheers.
That is it, everybody. Will the Kill Chope up live here on URCC Facebook page and Coach Franco Rulloda Facebook page. Will, thank you so much for your time once again. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Of course, you can watch this. This will stay in URCC's page, so you can watch the replay. Listen to us insights, and we will see you next. I mean, next time on our next interview. Okay, everybody.
Yeah,
Bye
thanks,
bye.
brother.